Hey guys, it's Kat here and welcome back to my channel once again for another Sims 4 speed build. I'm hoping in the near future that I will be uploading a Let's Play, not of The Sims though. I'm actually going to be uploading a Let's Play of a game called Banished. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. But yeah, so that's what's up and coming next on my channel. But for now, I think the next couple of videos are just going to be Let's Builds of my series. I think the next one will probably be Spa Day. And then of course this is just part of the Nuketown series. So for those of you that don't know, I don't know if I talked about this in my other video, but I'm starting a new series in regards to my Nuketown builds. I'm going to take a whole area of Oasis Springs and I'm actually going to turn that into all Nuketown style builds because I thought it would be really cool, and I've kind of been doing that without thinking about it, and I've been like filling my world, I guess, my Sims 4 world with a bunch of like random houses and stuff that I've been building and things that are on my gallery. So, unknowingly, I have been filling my own world, so that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to try to fill an entire world with only my builds, which should be interesting. We will see how this goes. I hope that I don't give up on it, because I am a major procrastinator. But yeah, so back to this build. Unfortunately, the first time I built this, I'm still kind of messing around and like figuring out my computer and like trying to transfer files, and somehow I misplaced the first the first micro Nuketown build I did. So this is actually the second time that I'm building this because I wanted you guys to have the videos. I don't know what it is about my Nuketown builds, but it's almost like the universe just does not want them to happen and my video just keeps getting deleted, but I will remain persistent. So this one actually took me a little bit of time, and I think that's because I tried to keep in mind the first micro Nuketown video that I did, and I really loved the look of the house, so of course I didn't want to do anything too different because then it would have felt like I built the first house for nothing and it didn't record, so it would have been even more disappointing. But I still will put it up on my gallery. It will probably just be micro Nuketown version 2. Probably just V2, but yeah, so that's what's going on right now. And now I'm just kind of coloring things and doing up the outside a little bit. So yeah, I'm just coloring up the outside and just kind of putting in windows and things. I kind of stuck with the medium level wall height, and I really shouldn't have because it didn't really turn out exactly how I wanted it to with the windows. I couldn't remember what I did with the original house, and I didn't want to keep going back to the picture that I took of it. So I did change it up a bit and I tried to make it a little bit different. So I threw in some random windows here and there. I'm not like super happy with how this turned out, but it turned out fine, and that's all that really matters. It was originally just going to be like a basic 6 square room, or 6 by 6, sorry, but then I got a little carried away, as I have been doing with my micro builds, and I decided to add extra rooms onto the sides, but they don't really add much. I mean, the one room turns out to be like a little cute living room, so I guess technically that one does add quite a bit to the house, but it still is a pretty tiny home, and it is a family home. You could put a child's bed in the one room, but right now I just have like a baby crib. I want this neighborhood to be really diverse, and I want the people living in my town to all be very different. So that's kind of where I'm going with all these. Of course, threw in like a nice little cheat code there so I could move objects wherever I pleased. And doing some more outside decoration. It's gonna be an interesting video. I feel like in all of my previous, like within like the past couple days uploads, so I guess like within the last week, more accurately so, I haven't been talking much. I've been trying to keep my videos at like a really short length, but I didn't want to ultra speed this up, so I will be talking for close to like, I don't know, 15 minutes, 16 minutes. You guys will know exactly how long this video is, but right now I don't really have any clue, so I will be talking your ears off. And I will be bad at it, and it will be awkward, and that's all I can say, I guess. But yeah, still working on the outside. I always like feel like these are better, like when you talk for 12 minutes, like there isn't much to say when you're just like speed building a house and it's just bang, 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 adding stuff. Like, I'm putting in these chairs here. I think I've said this in another one of my videos, but like, I don't want to describe every single thing I'm doing for you guys. Like, for the most part, I think most of my viewers can see what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, that's about where I'm at. I can't wait for you guys to kind of see how the inside gets put together. I end up, probably my favorite room is the room off to the right, the living room kind of transition room. It wasn't supposed to be a living room, that was just supposed to be like the front entryway where you take off your shoes when you come home, but it got changed midway through the build. So I realized this video is probably actually 13.5 minutes long, I think is what it boiled down to. And I do test out all of the objects in it and they all work at the end. I do have to do like a little bit of tweaking, which you will see at the end, near the end of the video. So yeah, and another thing too, I am going to try to do some more base game builds, which I find honestly quite fun. I do like all of the base game stuff in The Sims 4, so it shouldn't be too impossible, but I know a lot of people don't like buying the expansion packs or just really don't have the time or the money for them or don't own a credit card, so I'm going to do some more of those and that way everyone can play them, and I like the idea of everyone being able to do things better than just like building it because I want to build it with these items or building it because I think that other people have the other expansion packs. So to fill you guys in too, something that I've been working on lately is actually a vlog channel. So I did put up my first vlog and it's the same name as this channel except with MISS in front of it. So feel free to go check that out, but do not at all feel obligated. It's more for me than anything. I think it will be like a good little outlet to talk about some of the crazy things that have happened in my life. Surprisingly, other than the fact that I am totally crazy, there have been a ton of crazy things that have gone on. Another thing about this particular build is I don't know, it's hard to, I'm trying to think of where I want to go with this, but these ones I find, I don't know, okay, with all like micro builds, especially this one, I think they're really not that awesome to play, you know? So like I noticed when I was kind of doing, like making sure everything was working, it was really hard to see things. I don't know if that was just because the layout that I picked for this one and everything is kind of like, there's two rooms off to the sides, so when you put the walls halfway up, which is how I like to play the game, it gets really like messy and messed up looking. So I don't know if I'm obviously still going to continue my micro living series, but I don't think I'm going to throw in any more micro builds with my other series that are going to be up on my channel. Yeah, that took me quite a long time to figure out how to say those very simple words. So I apologize. I totally lost my train of thought when I was watching my video, and that's why it took me so long. So yeah, I'm still throwing in last minute objects, and then I think I just have 2 more rooms to build, but I am going to be doing more Nuketown builds. The next Nuketown build that I'll be doing is going to be more of a big giant family home, so that should be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but then again, sometimes I think things are going to be fun and they turn out to not be fun. Never once has it happened with The Sims, but I don't want to jinx myself, so. I also do some more coloring with the wallpaper, so I'm definitely not done. I originally stuck with really plain things, and then I realized that was just really boring. A lot of times I like start doing a build and I'm so excited to get it done that I just end up being an awful person and get really excited to just be finished it, so I rush through furnishing and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I kind of rushed on the wallpaper and like I didn't really have any solid ideas of how I wanted the inside to be colored, so I go back and recolor it a little more. I probably, out of all the expansion packs that they've came out with, My favorite would have to be Get Together for sure. And then I think my second favorite would be Get to Work. So out of like all the stuff packs and expansion packs, I would definitely pick those two as my top 2 packs. And there isn't that many packs out yet, so definitely not that many compared to The Sims 2 and The Sims 3, that's for sure. I guess Sims 1 had a lot as well. My all-time favorite Sims game though, by far, is Sims Castaway Stories. For some reason, I cannot find my disc. I think my mom ended up finding it, so next time I go up to visit her, I'm definitely going to steal that from her because I miss that game. The one thing that I've noticed The Sims is really shying away from in the new ones, like the newer games, is they aren't making it, well I guess for the computer versions they never really had like a very linear mode where it was more of like a story mode. So, I mean, the computer games didn't really have it, but then they came out with like The Sims Life Stories and The Sims Castaway Stories, and those were both incredibly awesome. Huge fan of the Castaway Stories. All of the furniture and everything in it was over the top. Absolutely, by far, my best Sims game in the history of The Sims. So, yeah, I really miss those modes. Like for the GameCube, like of course you could play like GameCube games on the Wii, so those games really had like a linear kind of feel to it, and it's almost like comforting with having like lists and like things to do in your game, whereas this one I find it's more of just like do whatever you want, like even when you go to work. Not that that's a bad thing, I do have quite a bit of fun going to work in this game, but when you go to work you have so many options, like almost like too many options. I wish it was a little bit more linear, but that is probably just me, and I'm probably entirely alone on that subject. And I don't blame people for not agreeing with me on it, because I know it was something that they really didn't want to see in the new Sims game, so I'm not surprised that it got taken out, but it's something I most definitely miss. I think I'm getting down to the wire, and yeah, this is when I start playing around with the wallpaper, and I put in that like really cool brick, which I pretty much use in every single house, and of course that circle pattern. I ended up toning down the obnoxious colors I had in the living room area, and I traded it for something else, and then that whole hallway felt really like plain and bland to me, so I colored it up by separating the 2 doors with that little panel. And I also put in some cool lights here to change up the lighting a bit. I didn't want, like, I like the color of those pot lights, like they're really nice and bright, but I find they just don't look as cool as some of the other ones. And I believe I'm getting down to the last minute, which some of you guys are probably very happy with, because I'm sure my voice can get pretty annoying, but yeah. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye everyone!